We
Hi.
are live, Joanna.
Hi.
Thank you so
Woo.
much for, yeah. I know where you're coming from.
I'm calling from Florida
Okay.
and it feels like I'm in another world right now because I can't get anything to work.
Well, welcome to the B&E Events Live. Barnes& Noble is kicking off the debut of my new children's book called Bubble Kisses. And you were the first person I thought of because of your two adorable girls.
I cannot tell you how much we love the book. It's in heavy rotation at our house now, and congratulations. I'm so excited. They love it too. Anything that has to do with mermaids and magical lands and using your imagination, we are all for here. So congrats.
Thank you so much. That's exactly why I wanted to do the book. I do hear some clicking, so whoever's typing, can you mute yourself because it's driving us crazy? We've just begun.
It's
So
me.
mermaids is exactly that's clicking. So mermaids are the future of bubble kisses, and actually what's really kind of appropriate now with everything going on in the world. It's about a little girl of color who's got a goldfish named Sal, and at night she turns into a mermaid, and the mermaid is also a beautiful mermaid of color, which is exactly what people are calling for and the world needs right now. So the timing couldn't have been any more perfect.
It is. It's total. It's the most beautiful. And honestly, it's just to have all of this beautiful imagery and so I mean, I literally look at these gorgeous mermaids and this beautiful little precious little girl, and I'm like, oh, she just. I cannot tell you how the book is just stunning too.
Yeah, the illustrator Tara Nicole Whitaker is phenomenal. She did a beautiful job. It's colorful, it's cheery, and it's just beautiful to look at. And also because this is one of my passion projects. This was based on a song that I heard over 25 years ago, and it was one of those songs I could not get out of my mind. Bubble kisses, bubble kisses. I said, where could this go? And I said, I have to write it down. So when you get the actual book on the inside, for those who do still have CD players, there's a CD player of the song. There's a CD. There you go. That comes with the book, so you actually sing along. It's whoever's tired of Baby Shark. This is your new tune.
Thank you, thank you for all of the world. Thank you to retire Baby Shark for a moment and have Bubble Kisses be in my head forever. I also downloaded it too because there's a code, and I was
Yeah.
even though I'm not very technically savvy, this was very easy to do. So now I have it on my phone.
Now, do you like at the time? Do you traditionally read to your daughters at night?
Yeah, story time is probably my favorite time of the night, and it's just a winding down. And both of the girls, they're 3 years difference, so this is really one of those books that they both enjoy, which because it's with the song and it kind of it rolls along, so they both really love it. So it's nice. I don't have to split my time. Nick doesn't have to take one and I take the other. It's one of those books that we've been able to enjoy as a family.
Good, good. Now, people probably want to know how we met, which was about a year ago almost. Sort of last
Yeah.
month.
Yeah, we met doing a pilot for ABC that was so good and so fun. And, I had heard so much about you from so many of my friends who had worked with you, and throughout, you are just so beloved and respected. And so getting a chance, I was excited to work with you, but just getting a chance to get to know you and become friends with you, it's just, you really, I think I've said this to you before. You're like a unicorn. You're beautiful and talented, and you've done it all. And this isn't even your first book. It's your first children's book, right?
Exactly, exactly. But oh,
You
that's
wrote a book with your mother.
the first book was with my mother called "You Have No Idea," which is an autobiography on both of our parts. And it was, I had book inquiries for years, and I just didn't want to I didn't know where to begin, and I kept saying to my mom, what happened here? And she's like, well, I remember it this way. And I said, well, I remember it that way. And then I said, well, this is a great opportunity to show the same time period with two different agendas and memories. And it really worked well because it was my memories, especially growing up, but also, becoming famous at 20 and dealing with being the first Black Miss America. And then my mother's whole story of her kind of protecting me from death threats and an FBI file that I wasn't even aware of. So it was kind of an ultimate protection dual story, but also kind of a love letter to my dad who passed away, which is awful, and knowing things about my mom that I didn't, and her knowing things about me. So book writing is exhausting. It's obviously time consuming, but once it's done, it's a really great accomplishment, and I'll have it forever.
Did you enjoy writing Bubble Kisses as much as you did that book? I mean, I would imagine it was just a little bit of a different experience writing,
this was way more fun. Yes. This is a lot more fun because, I love that age that your daughters are in where they're imaginative and want to dress up and full of ideas. And I know one of your daughters is horseback riding, who we went horseback riding together. My eldest still rides to this day and left for camp because her favorite horse was going away to sleepaway camp, and she had to follow Autumn when she was 8 and went to sleepaway camp just because of her horse. So I saw my life living through you when we first met, because those days go so quickly. Enjoy them.
I'm trying to hold on to every minute of them. That's for sure. And Emmy broke her arm at horse camp.
Oh no.
Yeah. So we already, I hope this is the last broken bone from horse riding. But yeah.
Did she grow?
No, she just lost her balance. She's starting to make bigger jumps, and he kind of is he's a zippy little pony, and she just slid off and fractured her elbow.
Gotcha.
So
well, it's happened to my other daughter. Jillian got thrown into one of the walls in the ring. Boom. She was on, who was she on? Othello was the name of her horse that threw her in. But when she got back on, he was fine with her. So just like life.
I know.
Get back on.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, she did. So I was very proud of her. But oh my gosh, as a mom, you know it.
How's Sailor doing? Good?
She's so good. Yeah, she's wild. She's turning 4 this weekend, and she's having we are just here as a family, so we're trying to make the most of her quarantine birthday, but an Elsa beach party. I don't know who's dressing up like Elsa because she says Elsa's coming to her party, but someone's going to be donning some sort of sparkly blue outfit and kind of throwing magic from their hands. So.
Good. Well, why don't I read a little bit from the book? I have to put my glasses on just so people that haven't seen it yet. And again, it's called Bubble Kisses. And I didn't dedicate this to all my kids, but it's definitely for my daughters who are obsessed with mermaids and love it. Let's see. I got a goldfish and her name is Sal. She's not just my pet, she's my pal. We play a lot of games together, though they're all pretend, and the other kids wonder why she's such a special friend. She can't roar like a lion, bark like a dog, scratch like a cat, or jump like a frog. Run like a deer or do a hummingbird hover, but here's the reason that I really love her. She gives me bubble kisses, as she swims by in the water. She never misses with the bubble kisses, and I'm so glad I got her. Bubble kisses, so delicious, usually just for other fishes. From people's lives, such things are missing as bubble kisses. She can't roar like a lion, bark like a dog, scratch like a cat, or jump like a frog. Like a deer, do a hummingbird hover. But here's the reason that I really love her. She gives me bubble kisses, as she swims by in the water. She never misses with the bubble kisses, and I'm so glad I got her. Bubble kisses, so delicious, usually just for other fishes. From people's lives, such things are missing as bubble kisses. And you have bubble kisses with all the mermaids, bubble kisses. As she swims by in the water, bubble kisses, so delicious, usually just for other fishes. From people's lives, such things are missing as bubble kisses. With a funny, lovely Sal. So Sal is her goldfish. Dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. And she's asleep and looking at her fish. So, I incorporated, of course, mermaids, a little bit of a jazz set, swinging all over the place.
I am glad Emmy and Sailor were not here, because listening to you read the book is a lot different the way it sounds when I do it. So I have a lot of work to do. Oh, that's so wonderful. I have a question. How did you name Sal? What was the inspiration for that name?
Just rhyming. It just literally rhyming. No particular. Yeah.
There's going to be a goldfish in our family, and I'm sure it's going to be named Sal. So I'll be calling you to thank you for that.
Good. And again, the illustrations are so beautiful. I'm so happy with the whole process. You come up with the idea. We worked with Sterling Publishing, has been fantastic. And then you look at samples of work for illustrators, and this Tara stuff was so beautiful and so on point. It reminds you of Under the Sea. It's kind of modern, yet very kind of retro, which reminds me of me growing up and the books that I used to read with my dad was the one who read to me every night. So that was, I think he read to me until I was almost 12, 13 every night.
Oh, wow.
And it started with nursery rhymes and ended up being talking about like, I'm okay, you're okay, and psycho-cybernetics and just really psychological things, and talk about life and anything that was going on, any questions that I had. So I love that time that I have with my dad, and he read to all my kids when they were growing up. So he was really, really special, but he was also an educator. My dad was a music teacher, so he was all about teachable moments. If we didn't know, we'd have to go to the encyclopedia, pick out the letter that we were thinking of and look it up and read about it. And so it was always about learning and reading and absorbing all the material.
And that is, I know, especially now with the fact that we've been asked to, stay home and stay safe, and just trying to build our library. And as you mentioned before, how important it is to have, young Black girls as, the heroines of the story, and how important that is. And especially for all children to have everyone represented in their library. And this is just such a welcome addition. There's a couple of pictures that I love, and this might surprise you, but this is one of my favorite ones, where she's walking to school with her little wagon. That killed me. I was like, that's so cute. And then I'll tell you the girls' favorite one.
Okay.
They love this one when she arrives, and then all the mermaids are like, and it feels like they're actually in motion. So it's almost like so dynamic, but they get so excited when she's there. They're like, she's there, she's with the mermaids. So those are the two. Those are the two big ones. My favorite's her going with her wagon to school, because it's like I could see Emmy coming to school with her goldfish as her pet.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a really whimsical looking book. And my youngest daughter, Sasha, who just turned 20, she used to swim. She was on swim teams for years, so she was my fish. All my kids swim, but she loved mermaids. She went through that. And also Ariel. Both my daughters are 30 plus now, so Little Mermaid was huge when they were growing up. So mermaids are I've got plenty of mermaid outfits downstairs in their costume trunk still. So shall we read some Well, let's see. Kim Roberts, you should be proud of your book, Vanessa. It's great. I'll be singing that tune all day now. Thank you, Kim. Bubble Kisses. Actually, I'm releasing it as a single, so it'll be available for those that can't that don't have a CD player. You'll be able to get it on iTunes and Spotify and all those great streaming services. Let's see. Or is it, let's, greetings from Chile. Hola, ¿cómo está? That's from Oscar Alberto Silva. Let's see. Bubble Kisses includes a CD plus a link to the digital download. Let's see. Okay, got South America, got Chile, Barnes and Noble. We always enjoy story time. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the story time. When are they going to release more coupons? I don't know. Barnes and Nobles, when are you going to release more coupons? I don't know that question.
I love that. I want to know too. I actually got my my
right.
Oh, we got
some Robin Fabri, ciao, Vanessa from Italy, Italia. Oh, I don't know where it is you're from, but how are you, Robbie? And so Gina is going to buy it for her two nieces, which is fantastic. So have you been reading a lot to your children at night now that we have how has your life changed? Are the girls in school? I mean, were they in school?
Emmy was, we just finished first grade, so we were kind of in the midst of that. And then I had a show come out on Netflix during quarantine, which was just absolutely insanity, just to be able to to juggling, as you know, what it takes to put a show on the air and promote that. And then I would have 11 to 2 that I would be teacher, and we would go into the playroom and we had chalkboard walls. And I mean, I had to learn Common Core math, and I was like, I'm just carrying the one. Nick's like, you can't carry the one, Joe. You can't carry the one. I did not realize how difficult phonics was for me. I was like, can't you just get it? Don't you just hear it? It was, but it's changed a lot. It's been a very intense few months for the world, and so we've been trying to embrace it, and in the midst of that, grieving my father, and so many different things have been going on. So I'm trying to just let it all wash over me. But yes, reading has been, and honestly, I was asking our teachers, I said, what can I do? Because the year was so crazy. We were in Atlanta working, finishing my show. Then my dad got sick. So we really didn't get back to LA until January. And her teacher said, the most important thing you could do is read to your kids. Read with your kids, read to them, do all of the above all day long. And it's really been, it's just to have no devices, no big projects, just simply having our little library. And it's been nice. It's been really nice.
Wow. So it's an opportunity to really bond away, but it's been I've been enjoying the quiet time because it got so, I was on TV watching every update, and then it was sensory overload, after months and months of being, kind of isolated. I just couldn't take it anymore. So I'm glad that life is, the great thing as a planet is, there are more birds around. Do you notice how everything is just blooming, and the sky is clearer? Yeah. Let's see. Any plans for a sequel to You Have No Idea? Love that book and can't wait for Bubble Kisses. That's from Ryan Prado. Well, actually, my mother does want to do a sequel because when we finished that, I was single, she was single, and now she's 80, and she's been with her date that she says for the past 5 years. So she wants to write a book about how you can be still 80 and have companionship and still, she's got more Zoom meetings. She's a committee of this and book club of that. And so she always keeps it moving. So yeah, my mom's ready to go, Brian. How's your mom doing?
Okay. And it's been a long road, and as you know, she has dementia, so it's been hard, but we've been protecting her and insulating her. They just celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary on Saturday. So we got her favorite ice cream and took her down memory lane as much as we could. And, just enduring
Nice.
and surviving and adapting. But your mom
Yeah.
sounds like I want to be friends with her. I'm like, I don't even have that much energy.
Yeah, she's got a lot of energy. What kind of advice do you give your fans, some of whom may be aspiring writers? Joanna, have you written a book? Have you ever written anything?
Right now, I'm writing my first book for the
Okay.
Happy Place. So that's the first, and it is
Nice.
a process. Just getting the proposal together was a process.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's the biggest thing is coming up with the idea and then kind of structuring it like an outline where you want to begin, where you want to end, or what are the most important points that you want to hit. And then it's flow. I mean, speak it because, you can be very clinical about writing things down, but when you actually read it, it'll inform your writing and make it a lot more fluent. So I always say, read what you write and try to do a little bit a day. Don't overburden yourself and think I've got to finish everything today because then it gets kind of discouraging. I can hear my Great Dane on the floor. I know.
Those big old beauties. I love it.
We both have Great Danes, by the way.
Yes, we have so many connections. You and I. I was like, oh God, it was nice. I really wish our show had been picked up, but I have no doubt we will do it again.
Yeah, we worked on a pilot called Happy Accidents, which was delightful. And Abraham, who was one of the writers of Ugly Betty and Modern Family, we thought, okay, it's going to be a slam dunk, and it didn't happen. But we had a good time. Let's see, we're loving the book bonding happening on social. Can you share a few recommendations? Ooh, what's some of your favorite books that you would recommend?
That I would recommend right now. So I want to grab it for you. It's called Raising Our Hands. And it's really good. I actually think it's really far away. It's a book for white women to help teach them how to show up for Black women and having the tough conversations and kind of like a how-to guide to be the kind of ally and partner that we all should be. So that's something that I'm diving into right now that I'm loving, and just trying to really dive in. And most of the books that I'm reading right now have everything to do with that.
Wow. Well, that's the best thing that has come out of this tipping point, which I think, you can't watch George Floyd and not have your heart changed and your stomach turned, and a shift happened, and it happened in the social conscious of the world, which has been incredible. So, that's an amazing legacy that he really changed the world with his unfortunate circumstance. But a lot of people are listening, they're awake and are talking, and I have people that have been friends of mine that never thought I'd had any adversity in my lifetime. And when I tell about things about school, about things as a young woman, as an actress, comments and stuff, it just makes the human condition a lot more. I don't know, able to understand, for both of us.
It is really such an unbelievable awakening. And I said this the other day. I was talking to this artist that I'm working with, designing a logo for the Happy Place. And I said, I'm embarrassed to be 40 years old and in this moment of just my eyes are opened in a different way, because I just never imagined that I had any sort of issues with being supportive or being there for someone or understanding or anything like that. And I realized that I have so much to learn and so much work to do, and I want to be better for my kids. And I want them to learn to celebrate differences, but really learn how to show up. And it's you don't have to shy away from being different from somebody. You should be there to celebrate and show up and be comfortable, maybe putting your foot in your mouth and saying the wrong things or saying something that could be potentially insensitive or just a lack of awareness, really. And it's a life-changing moment for me. And I said that, you talk to different people that are really uncomfortable with just even admitting that there's something uncomfortable that they need to address. And I said, it's like losing a parent. it's a life, it changes your body on a cellular level. And I feel like that's sort of what's happened in my life, and most of my friends that we're kind of all experiencing this together. Embarrassed that we're just now experiencing it, but God, I'm so grateful and I'm so ready. And I feel like we're all going to be better for it. And I will, like, the commitment that I'm making to be a real ally. A real ally is something that I feel is necessary, and that I should have done a long time ago, but I'm here now and I'm ready.
But it's also generational. I mean, I was born in 1963, the year that Kennedy was assassinated. And I'm sure my parents had a newborn, and it's like, oh my God, what kind of world am I bringing my child into? That was the civil rights era. My brother was born in 67 when Martin Luther King was killed. So, and then, I left LA with my two kids who were 5 and 3 when Rodney King, the riots happened there in 1992. And I said, oh, I need to find a safe space for my kids to grow up so they're not going to grow up in fear. So there are these cycles that happen, but each child that is born in an era like that has an opportunity to see the world a different way. And your kids will have that. You've done due diligence, which is great. You're a wonderful person. So you're showing them so many examples of love and inclusion and acceptance, which is what the world needs.
Oh, well, thank you. And you're equally as wonderful of a human too. I just adore you, and I'm so happy for you. And I feel very special that I already have my copy of Bubble Kisses. I need to bone up on my. I will sound like a foghorn trying to sing it like you did, but I will try. I will try to make you proud, Vanessa.
Okay, we got another. What's my writing process like? Do you have any rituals or favorite workplaces? I do a lot on the plane when I used to travel all the time. Actually, right now I should be in London. I was supposed to be on the West End at the Garrick Theatre doing City of Angels, and we were 1 week away from opening. We were in previews, audiences were coming, and obviously the whole world shut down. So I came back before the States were shut down. So I do a lot of writing. I carry, a big old legal pad and I like to write it with pen. And so I'm always kind of writing on the plane. That's kind of my happy space. But now that I've been home for so long, I like outside. I get my cup of coffee, get my crossword, and then again my pad. Or if I'm on the computer, I'll have a pad. But I like pads. I'm old school. I write in script, and I like pads.
Yeah, I like pads too. Oh my gosh, I really I'm coming to see you in that play when it opens back up again.
Let's hope. I know Broadway's not coming back till next spring. I have no idea what's going to happen in London. I heard they're close to a cure, which is or not a cure, but a vaccine, which is which hopefully will be good. Okay, let's see. What message would you like to get out to the world about Bubble Kisses? Well, we just finished. I was just talking to Joanna about inclusion. This book is full of images of inclusion and different images of young girls that can see different hair textures. I mean, I got one person said, "Oh my God, you put her hair in a puff, an Afro puff. My daughter wears her hair in an Afro puff, and thank you so much for doing that." And that's Tara and I say make sure that there is plenty of representation. So it's about this is all about inclusion. It's about dreaming. It's about fantasy. It's about fun. But it's about dreaming. You can be whoever you want to be when you go on your adventures at nighttime. And it's about mermaids who are magical and make you feel good, and they're feminine and gorgeous and shiny and colorful. And that's what I love being able to bring to young kids when I read to them and sing along. And also, it's a great time to ask questions. What's your favorite place? What's your favorite color? Can dogs really live under the sea? Why do you think so? And it's a great opportunity to engage. So it's all about inclusion, engagement, and imagery. That was the last question.
Oh, That was a good question. They've been asking some questions that I wanted to know the answer to. So.
Oh my God. It's a lot. Too quickly. Okay. I was recording full album, your family music. And I've got I've been recording be the new normal. So if we continue to do that, then hopefully we'll have some. But this has been a great event, Joanna. Thank you so much, and thank you for reading to your girls and showing a moment in time about revelation and inclusion and change that I think is wonderfully reflected here, but also as a mom, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So you're great, and I know a lot of stuff is happening for you, and we love you. And I want to thank you all for joining the events live with Matt and Dave and Joanna Swisher. Anything else you wanna say, doll?
I just want to say congratulations, and I love you to pieces. And you literally are a vision, and such an important voice on so many levels. So I'm grateful to be your friend, and I'm so happy for you. And when all of this madness quarantine is over, I will come give you a hug.
Yay! Yes, and I agree. We can play together.
Yes. Oh my God, that would be so good.
Well, thanks so much, and enjoy bubble kissing and sing along. Don't forget.
I cannot wait. I'm gonna tell everybody I know to go buy it.
Thank you.
Okay.